What's going on, people? Through the power of fiber optics, it's a flying modem. Casual gamer likes to play competitively, and what I'm going to be talking to y'all about today is a bit about my life and some of the crazy shit that I just went through in the past 2 weeks, something like that, right? So backstory: a few months ago, I bought a new car. I think I announced that on the channel sometime. It was a Pontiac Bonneville. It was a 2005 V6 3.8 liter motor, and you know, I was happy with my purchase for the most part. Like I wasn't like this is what I can do for now. I was pretty happy with it because, you know, it was a bucket. I only ended up paying $1,300 for it, and it needed a new catalytic converter, and that was $300, so it came out to $16. Registration came up to like another $3. So all in all, to get the car, I spent $2,000. All right, around there, $1,900 exactly, but $2,000. So recently, the car started to have issues. One night, it told me to check my oil levels, and then the car started to overheat. I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I end up overfilling my car with oil, and I kept putting oil in it because the check oil light kept coming on, and I didn't think like maybe it's telling me it's too much oil in a car or something. I didn't really know what was that about, but like I said, the car was overheating. I tried to go get it fixed. I took it to Pep Boys. Pep Boys wasted my time for 3 days. I took a little mini vacation, and it wasted 3 days of my vacation because I didn't have my car, for one, and two, the car was in the shop. Like the first day they told me, hey, we think it's this part, we're gonna run some tests. It took all day to run that test. They told me bring the car back tomorrow, and they found out what it was, and it turned out that my thermostat housing was leaking, so the coolant wasn't getting to the engine. So they told me bring it back tomorrow in the morning. The part will be here, this, that, and the third. All right, no problem. So I'll bring the car back in the morning. They tell me, oh, the part isn't here. Something about inventory. I'm like, yo, I work at Walmart. I understand. It's no problem. Yeah, the part should be here around 2. Mind you, he told me the part would be there around 10 or 12. Now they're saying 2. So I said, I'm here at 12. It's like 12:30, 12:40, something like that. I was like, okay, I'll wait. So they said, all right, so what we'll do is we'll take the car apart now, or take the engine top off and all that to get, so we can, when the part comes in, we can start right on it. Cool, no problem. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. 2 o'clock comes, the part won't be here. It's not gonna be here until 4 o'clock. Oh, okay. Well, at this point, it's like 2:30. I'm like, I'm gonna just, you know, wait. So at this point, they didn't like start working on my car right away. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, but whatever. So I'm sure they'll get to it. So I leave. They told me, you know, they'll call me when they're done, this, that, and the third. They said it shouldn't take them more than an hour and a half, an hour to an hour and a half. So get picked up, go back home, and I call back like 2 hours later. It's like 6:30, right? And they're telling me, yo, the part just got here at 6. We're not done. I was like, okay. So I called back another 2 hours later. They said they haven't even started. That's why I called 2 hours later. And it's like 8:30. They close at 9. They tell me they're not going to finish tonight. It's going to be an overnight thing. Come back in the morning. All right. So I wake up in the morning and call them. They haven't even started working on the car. They haven't changed the part or anything, and they're running tests. They said they want to test to see if it's a head gasket, and they'll call me back. These people don't call me back, and I have to call them. They tell me that it's a blown head gasket. They don't want to work on the car. This is 9 and 3rd. So I said, okay, I'll call you back. So I'll call them back, and I kind of skip ahead, but I called them back, and this is when they told me they didn't want to work on the car, because I said, okay, this is what I want y'all to do. I said, I want y'all to change the thermostat housing, and I'm going to do something else or whatever. And they said, no, we don't want to work on the car, because if your car overheats and breaks down, we're liable because we worked on the car. And from my legal understandings, you cannot, like, I can't blame Pep Boys when they told me, hey, we done these tests and you still want me to do this work, and if your car still overheats, we're liable. That's not how it works. If you explain what the problem is and what the possibilities are and so on, and say you can't guarantee this and that. You're protected under law. Like, you let me know what was going on. There was no shady practices done. But I asked them, okay, so how much is it going to do a head gasket and all this? They said $2,000 to $2,500. And I'm like, yo, $2,000 to $2,500, yo? Like, that's not even what I paid for the car. Like, why would I do that? So I did some shopping around. One place told me $1,200 to $1,800, and I found another place that was like $950. So I found this head gasket sealer, and like my oil wasn't milky, so I felt like it wasn't a big leak, or it wouldn't be a big leak, or maybe I caught it at the very beginning. And these head gasket sealers are really good. So I tried the head gasket sealer. It was working pretty good for a while, but another problem is I had so much oil in my car. So I found this one place like down the street from my house. Really cool people, did a very good job, changed my thermostat housing and all that, and the car was running good. There was no problems for the most part until I got home, and it's like, yo, check your oil levels. I'm like, I'm low on oil. Like, I didn't understand it. So I put some more oil in it, and I drove it to work. No overheating. Cool. And then when I got back in the car to go home, it started up funny. And it was like, check the oil levels. And then I'm like, what? So I put some more oil in it. And sure enough, you know, I just figured I put too much oil in my car. And I felt like I had an oil leak because I was putting so much oil in my car. But sure enough, I just had too much oil in my car, and the acceleration was rough, this, that, and the third. So the mechanic people were like, yo, just bring it by. We'll take the oil out for you for free. No problems. I'm like, cool, cool. So they do that, and the car acceleration and everything back to normal. Car running good, no overheating, nothing. It's just back to normal. I'm feeling good about it. I get almost to work, like down the street basically, and it starts to overheat. And then I'm just like, damn, the car overheating and this and that, and I was kind of worried about it. But I was like, I should make it home. So after work, I jump into the car, and in the midst of all that, on my way home, it overheats. And before, it wasn't overheating like when I went home that night. It was like getting hotter than usual, but it wasn't really overheating. So it like I said, it overheated, went straight to the red. And well, not straight to the red. It got in the red, stayed in the red. Car was like, check your gauges. So I pulled over, let the car cool off, drove it home. One of the funniest parts about this is, as I get like down the street from my house, I pull up to the light, the car, I don't know, white smoke. This car's like right next to me, right? And we're at the red light or whatever. And I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, don't die on me right here. Like, don't cut off on me or whatever. Like, it's not like black smokes or anything. It's not on fire. It's just white smoke from like oil or coolant, whatever it is that's burning. And the guy next to me pulls off like, before the green light. He just pulls off. Like, he didn't want no problems. He didn't want the car exploding on him. Nothing. He just got on. And that kind of made me laugh on the inside, but like I was still focused. Like, my car is overheating, right? So I'm out of transportation again. I call my mom up, let her know what's going on, this, that, and the third. And, you know, I love my mom, man. She's a real strong woman, very inspirational, and, you know, she always comes through for me. And, you know, she willed me. She was like, this is about yesterday, in fact, of me recording this. She goes, yo, man, there's a, you know, car dealership around the corner from my house. You know, why don't you come over? Let's do that. And let's see if they finance and stuff like that, because I've been building my credit. So it's like, you know, maybe they can help you out. Maybe they can work with you. Maybe it won't cost that much. Maybe it will be a lot cheaper than paying to get your car fixed when we don't necessarily know what's exactly wrong with it. Because like I said, my oil isn't milky and so on and so forth. And it's like, yeah, all right, because I needed transportation. And she was like, until then, you can use my car. I was like, cool. So I was driving her car. Like, I drove it like one day. But her car, check engine light was on. So I was just like, I really need to do something about this. And I was just going to get my car fixed, however much it's going to cost. I had a little bit saved up. But sure enough, I go to the car dealership, and I kind of just went with her to just like, you know, see what was going to happen. Because like, this is my first time going to a car dealership. Every car I've owned, I bought from the owner. right? So it kind of just snowballed. He was just, oh, well, let me check your name. How much were you looking for? Well, we have this car for like, he said like 8,900 and this, that, and third. It was a Nissan Sentra, and it kind of just snowballed from there. And he was just like, you know, let's get you in it today, basically. And it took all day, but I now own a Nissan Sentra. It's a 07. I really like it. Drives really good. Keyless entry at that. Like, I've never had a car with that. AC works, all that. So, you know, I'm back on some wheels. I have 2 cars now. One I gotta fix, but 2 cars. And it just goes to show you, man, when, like, sometimes I get to this point and in the back of my mind, while I was at work and so on, I'm just like trying to figure out, like, what am I gonna do, man? And sure enough, just the way I was going about it, the way I was thinking about it, was just like, man, I'm gonna have to sell my computer. I'm gonna have to downgrade it or just get rid of it completely to get the money I need to get my car fixed so I can get to work, because I have to go to work. Like, I like doing YouTube, I like making videos and all that, but like my well-being, my family well-being, and, you know, so on, my bills and all that, they come first. So I didn't end up having to, you know, sell anything, and still came out on top, man. So it was cool. It was really cool. And now I'm able to keep doing YouTube, keep getting to work. You know, I'm behind in certain aspects, but, you know, I'm maintaining, and that's the biggest part. And I wanted to share this because sometimes I'm short-sighted and I don't see way out of things, right? But the bigger picture is to push through and you'll make it. So with all that being said, man, it's been AFlyingModem. Hope you liked the video. Like the video if you did. Consider subscribing if you're new, and I'll catch y'all later.